emergency crews rushing to the scene. What we're learning about the motorcycle involved, plus Vidor ISD paying tribute to a longtime educator, how the district is honoring her legacy and the lasting impact she's made on generations of students. And tougher penalties, they're on the way for those illegal bandit signs that you see everywhere. The state is cracking down, but how much will violators actually be fined? We've got that coming up as 12 News Daybreak here on 12 News Plus starts right now. Good morning and thank you for waking up with us here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong. Tia, she has the morning off. Your time's now 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Jasper. Jeff, how's it looking out there today as we head into Labor Day?
Well, as you can see, mostly cloudy skies right now. No rain across southeast Texas. There's been a couple of showers trying to make it towards the coast, but right now we just have one lone shower off the Bolivar Peninsula, so not much going on. Now to our north and east, there's some pretty heavy rain coming down through parts of northern and central Louisiana, but that should stay north and to our east for this morning. And we're not looking at any too heavy rains for this morning. In the afternoon, we are going to see the rain start to pick up, though. Temperatures right now in the upper 70s. Silsbee 78, 79 in Orange, 77 in Port Arthur. Then we'll go 75 Beaumont, 75 in Jasper right now, 76 in Kirbyville and Woodville. Our forecast calling for increasing rain chances as the front brings that rain down into southeast Texas here. We'll go with highs near about 90 before the rain really kicks in later on this evening. We'll go about a 60% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms for football games tonight, so be prepared for that. The weekend also could be fairly wet. We'll have your 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Jeff. And Vidor, just before 10 last night, emergency crews, they responded to a serious motorcycle crash at Pine Bur and Longleaf Street. Now, according to Interim Police Chief Johnson, this was a single vehicle accident. The driver was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. They had to be life flighted. The scene has since been cleared, but the crash remains under investigation by Vidor police. We're also tracking a deadly crash that left I-10 westbound backed up for hours last night. It happened around 6 o'clock in Rose City. DPS says that someone on a motorcycle slammed into the back of an 18-wheeler that was stopped in traffic. Witnesses telling us that the motorcyclist was thrown from the bike. The motorcycle driver was pronounced dead at the scene. DPS hasn't released their name. The driver of the 18-wheeler, they were not hurt, and all lanes of I-10 are back open. And across the nation, the Catholic school shooting in Minnesota, the 2 young victims have now been identified as more parents and politicians push to better fortify schools nationwide. Here's ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
We are now hearing from the families of the 2 young students murdered in cold blood at Annunciation Catholic School.
We love you, Fletcher. You'll always be with us.
Grieving father Jesse Merkel, remembering his 8-year-old son Fletcher.
We will never be allowed to hold him, talk to him, play with him, and watch him grow into the wonderful young man he was on the path to becoming.
The other victim, 10-year-old Harper Moisky. Her family is demanding leaders address gun violence and the mental health crisis in America, saying no family should ever have to endure this kind of pain. Change is possible and it is necessary. Video taken by a parent who raced to the school shows the moments just after shots rang out Wednesday. The church had followed its own safety policy, locking its doors when Mass began. The shooter unleashing a hail of bullets from outside the building. In addition to the 2 children killed, 15 others were injured and 3 parishioners. First responders describing incredible moments of bravery, children not hesitating to risk their lives to protect their friends.
We had one kid that covered up another kid and took a shotgun blast to his back and things like that. And they were helping each other out.
One hospital treated 8 children. Amy Forchus rushed to her job as a pediatric nurse in that hospital, not knowing her 12-year-old daughter, Sophia, was among the victims. Sophia is now out of surgery but is in critical condition. Investigators have recovered 116 rifle rounds, 3 shotgun shells, and 1 live round stuck in the shooter's handgun. All 3 firearms, they say, were purchased legally. The suspect, Robin Westman, had no known criminal history but previously attended the school.
Time's now 7:05. Family friends have started a GoFundMe for the family of an 11-year-old who died in a UTV crash. Carson Sladen, he was killed after the UTV that he was driving flipped in the Beech Grove Tuesday. Now, if you'd like to donate to the family, we have a link to that GoFundMe on our website, 12newsnow.com. And funeral arrangements, they've been set for him, and they're going to be held on Monday, September 1st here at 2 p.m. at Beech Grove Baptist Church, with interment to follow at Holton Cemetery. The family's going to greet friends at the church from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. Now, to honor Carson, the family asks that you wear the color blue on Monday. Well, this morning, Vidor ISD is remembering a teacher who inspired generations of students. Miss Lauren Shelton, she left an indelible mark on the community. She died Saturday after a brief illness. And 12 News reporter Spencer Plato, she talked to a teacher who worked alongside Miss Shelton for years.
She was more than teaching books and numbers and reading. She was loving students well.
Love is how the Vidor ISD community remembers Lauren Shelton.
She was the most loving person. You know, every child that walked in her room knew they were loved.
Shelton began teaching in 1981 at Pine Forest Elementary. She retired in 2011, but she couldn't stay away. She started subbing at different Vidor ISD elementary schools and eventually came back this school year to teach full-time at Vidor Elementary.
And she was so excited. She was like, hey, they've offered me a job. They finally talked me out of retirement. And she was so excited, but she was nervous because she always wanted to do well and she wanted to serve those kindergarten babies.
She was an inspiration and mentor for many, including Tracy Warner.
There were 4 new teachers to first grade that year, and so she had her hands full, but she lovingly taught us what we needed to do, and she really shaped so many teachers, and I would say, the teachers we are today.
Administrators share that same admiration.
She really impacted not only those kids, but a number of those kids have gone on to be teachers, and those teachers, along with the ones who she worked with, have really been inspired by her and her work, and I think they're carrying on that legacy the best.
James McDowell says her impact lives on.
People who are in their 40s now, who had her years ago, still remember that she never gave up on. It didn't matter their situation. She just loved kids and believed in every one of them.
And it was just shock because she was still so full of life and she had so much left to give this community. Like I said, I can't just emphasize enough how much she has served us well.
And Shelton was a member of the Alpha Delta Kappa teacher sorority, and she played a big role in providing scholarships for students. She was 66 years old. Well, this morning, Beaumont investigators, they're trying to figure out what caused a big fire. You could see the smoke for miles. Take a look. The videos that a viewer sent us, you can see how high those flames were shooting. Now, we talked to a woman who had fond memories of the home. She told us that her grandparents used to live in that 4-bedroom home. Now, meanwhile, first responders, they had to shut off parts of College Street as crews fought that fire. The home itself is at the corner of Gilbert and Amarillo. District Fire Chief Scott Wheat telling us that crews tried to go inside, but it was just too dangerous. They, in fact, had to call in extra fire engines because of the amount of water that they were pouring on the home.
Pulling that amount of water with some additional hand lines, we created a problem with the water system. So we had a water issue that we had to overcome, but we overcame that issue really quick. It's not new to us. We can work on the fly. We can change the plan as we need to.
Glad to see them being so flexible out there. Now, we, of course, reached back out to Chief Wheat there to learn if anyone was in that home when the fire started. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. All right, a new Texas law is cracking down on those bandit signs. You've probably seen them all over town, litter, really. They're typically, they say things like, we buy a house, or advertise events that happened months ago. Now, while they've always been banned, the state is now increasing the fines for violators. Governor Abbott signed House Bill 3611 into law during the 89th legislative session, and starting Monday, the first offense is going to cost you $1,000. The second offense would be $2,500, and the third offense is a $5,000 fine. Now, former Beaumont Councilman Mike Getz, he hopes the city can enforce the new law.
It's going to be more work for the city legal staff to have to do this, and so those are resources that you're going to have to use. But if you're going to do anything to clean up the city of Beaumont, these are necessary things.
City leaders encourage anyone who sees one of these signs to call or report it to 311. And this morning, you have a new option if you want to recycle your scrap metal or cans. Beaumont Recycling officially opened its doors Thursday with a ribbon cutting hosted by the Greater Beaumont Chamber of Commerce. Now, the facility, it sits just off of MLK near downtown, and the owner says that his goal is to change the way that people think about scrap yards.
A lot of people, they come here and they're not sure exactly who we are, what we do, because this is, like we said earlier, right? This is a reimagined version of a scrapyard.
And the facility accepts all types of scrap metals, including copper, aluminum, brass, steel, iron, and more. The doors, they are open on weekdays from 8:30 to 4:30 and also on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. All right, still ahead here on Daybreak, the spirit is strong at West Orange. Start this morning, and our very own Daybreak reporter, Derek Jones, he's live on campus with how students are showing up and showing out ahead of tonight's big game.
And radar is quiet right now, but we are expecting rain later on this afternoon going into this evening, so make sure you have your rain gear ready to go. We'll have more in your forecast, not only for tonight, but through the next 7 days coming up.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
All right, we continue to remember the storm that changed a whole lot of things in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama 20 years ago today. A lot of people did not realize just how devastating Katrina would be until the National Weather Service out of Slidell sent out an urgent weather message. It told in graphic detail what would happen when Katrina hit. Now, former Chief Meteorologist Carl Arredondo, he spoke to the man who wrote that bulletin.
The bulletin issued just after 10 a.m. was full of dire details, calling Katrina a most powerful hurricane with unprecedented strength. It describes airborne debris that may include heavy items such as household appliances and even light vehicles. Power outages will last for weeks, and water shortages will make human suffering incredible by modern standards. Lead forecaster Robert Ricks started with a template from the Tampa office and customized it for our area.
I pulled up the Category 5 impacts, and it was forecasted to be Category 4 at landfall. I looked at those. I said, this might be a little bit much, so I backed off, did go to Category 4 impacts. When that product first came up, I did say, whoa, what is this? Well, as I'm reading them and my emotions are kicking in, I said, you know, I got to leave this in. And my experiences from the past storms, yeah, I have to leave this part in. And uninhabitable for weeks, no problem, yes, leave that one in. My whole motivation for getting in this field was, I'm from this area. I feel like the people I serve are my family, my friends, the folks I went to school with. So I do have that personal tie to the constituency I serve. I'm hoping that my family and friends, my colleagues, my close associates, and everybody I love in this area is going to heed the word.
Outside, we have mostly cloudy skies. You can see that from downtown, our downtown camera at Packard LaPrée, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. No rain on radar right now, so that's good news. We will see some rain, though, start to move in as we head later on into this afternoon and then especially this evening. Currently, we're at 80 degrees downtown, humidity at about 83%. And then here's the view from right here at our 12 News studios. We look north up I-10. This camera is brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. Once again, skies are lightening up, but still some mostly cloudy skies to deal with for this morning. Temperature-wise, we're in the middle 70s in Jasper and Beaumont here at 75, and Kirbyville and Woodville at 76. Upper 70s in Silsbee at 78, 79 in Orange, and then 77 in Port Arthur. Have some cloud cover moving in thanks to this front that's pushing down into the area. Also, we have a lot of rain and thunderstorms just to our north. These things are sinking a little bit farther to the south. A lot of this is going to be sliding off towards our east, but you can see the cloud cover extending out ahead of that rain that's moved into the area. Seeing a couple isolated showers along the coast, but nothing too heavy for this morning. We have one lone shower there south of Bolivar. That's about it. So pretty quiet right now. Like I said, you can see some of the heavier rains off towards our north and east. We'll start to see some scattered showers developing this afternoon ahead of the front, and then we'll go with a good 60% coverage of rain and thunderstorms later on this evening. But through lunchtime, I don't expect to see a whole lot of rain this morning. Then here comes the scattered stuff during the afternoon, and then the more widespread rain comes in as we head towards this evening and going through most of the evening. So it could be a wet evening out there. Area football games, you'll need the rain gear. I'm not saying it's going to rain all game long, but there will be some periods where you might have to deal with some heavy rainfall, some heavy showers and thunderstorms here and there. So we'll watch for that. Hopefully not too much in the way of thunderstorms, but more just in the way of some rain. By tomorrow morning, still a few scattered showers through the area. Here's your rain coverages. Kick off about 60%. We'll go about 40% by the end of the game. A little bit of a south wind out there, and temperatures going to be in the lower 80s and upper 70s. All right, our forecast for today, mostly cloudy, 60% coverage of rain throughout the area. Temperatures near 90. We'll back off into the 70s tonight with a 30% coverage of a few rain showers. And then our 7-day forecast showing heavy rain again on Saturday. And then by Sunday, we'll start to see more in the way of just some scattered showers. We'll go 40% there, and we're even leaving in up 30% for Monday, thanks to that front still close to the coast. After that, it should move farther south. Drier weather for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
It is what it is going into the Labor Day weekend, but take my advice, folks, especially if you're a parent going to a football game, wear a poncho. I mean, that's the best way to sit in the sands there.
Something, because like I said, it's not going to be a complete washout tonight where, you know, we're going to have heavy rain throughout the whole game, but there will be some heavy downpours coming through some of the games.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck to everyone out there tonight for Friday Night Lights. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. It's a great way to monitor what the rain's doing in real time. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app.
It's time for the Daybreak Pep Rally.
All right, it's our 409 Sports Game of the Week, a high-stakes showdown between two of the region's most respected programs. The Newton Eagles, they're coming to town to take on the Mustangs in a game that's going to be loaded with tradition and pride. West Orange Stark, they are buzzing with school spirit this morning as the Mustangs prepare to open their season in front of a fired-up home crowd. Now, 12 News reporter Derek Jones, you see him right there. He is catching up with students as they rally this morning behind their team on their big Friday back. Derek, you can hear that excitement in there, can't you?
All right, we we are here at West Orange Stark High School with the band, with the cheerleaders, and with the dance team. They are all ready to go for tonight's game at 7 o'clock. They are playing all the music. They're ready for this battle of the bands, and I honestly think they might take it. We're going to head over to our friend here, Casey. Casey, you're a trumpet player. And Casey, how long have you been playing trumpet?
I've been playing for about 8 years.
All right, and Casey, you're a part of the band. So tell me, what is your favorite song you're ready to perform at this band game tonight?
I really enjoy playing all day. That's a good song to play.
Okay, and can you just tell me what your favorite song is, what your favorite moves are to hit on the dance floor? I mean, the football field as you're performing. What makes you excited about tonight's game?
I really like to see the crowd, they cheering and stuff. That really gets me hyped up. You know, I like marching and stuff and everything like that.
Okay, so how do you know as a band member, as a trumpet player, that you got the crowd riled up, like you know it's time to go?
When they're really paying attention and they're loud, you can really hear them.
Okay, and could you just tell me, as long as you've been playing band, what are some traditions the band has? Like band camp, do you guys do band camp?
We do indeed do band camp.
Okay, what training regimen did you guys go through during band camp?
We did a whole bunch of marching fundamentals and stuff like that, staying in line, and that's about it.
Okay, and are you prepared for tonight's game on the field? I mean, I know on the field as a marching band player.
I would say we are.
All right, so you're ready to bring your A game?
All of it.
All of it. That's right. Battle of the Bands is happening tonight here at 7 o'clock. I hope you guys are ready because this band is going crazy. The cheerleaders are going at it. The dance team's ready. Yeah! Hey! We're all ready to go. We're all ready to go here at the Battle of the Bands because Battle of the Bands voting ends at 3 p.m. So if you're ready to vote for your favorite band, you can vote for your band at 12newsnow.com/battle/bands. And if you want to see the game is at 7 o'clock here at West Orange Stark High School. We're at West Orange Stark High School because everybody wants to see how this game goes down. The Newton Eagles and the West Orange Stark Mustangs are big-time rivals, both notable teams, both going at it for years. And you know, as we all know, West Orange Stark and the Newton Eagles are rivals, but we know that the real thing right now we're focused on is the bands. The bands is what we're focused on. You know, we dancing, we listening, and getting ready for this music. Come on, come on. We ready to go. The band is ready to dance. Everybody's going at it. We're ready for this band to get up and pumping everybody up. I hope you're hyped because I sure am hyped. So tonight at 7 p.m., I hope that you could be here. Clasia Rhodes will be here as well, being honored here at West Orange Stark High School. So if you're ready, wanting to come out support, come out at 7 o'clock p.m. I hope you guys are ready because we're ready. Let's go! Let's go!
All right. Derek Jones out there knowing how to hype up those kids. Keep on dancing around out there, Derek. Watch out for that keychain. I saw it swinging around on you. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Orange. Your time is now 7:23. Jeff Gerber's going to be right back with a look at your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back at the bus stop this morning. Just warm and humid. Really not much in the way of rain. We'll be in the upper 70s. Isolated shower possible by late in the morning at recess, and then scattered rain possible on the way home with temperatures near 90. Our coastal marine forecast for today, water temperature in the upper 80s out there. Southwesterly winds at 14 to 18 at Texas Point right now. Southwesterly winds at 5 to 10 knots along the coast today, with seas about 2 feet. Look for mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays, but there will be some rain starting to develop a little bit later on today. Our sunrise was at 6:52. Our sunset tonight's at 7:42. Next high tide will be late tonight at 11:05.
And still ahead here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus as we continue our 7 o'clock hour. Emergency responders called to a serious crash involving a motorcycle. What we're learning about that motorcycle right now. Also coming up, tougher penalties. They are on the way for illegal bandit signs. The state law is cracking down, but how much will violators be fined? Plus the spirit strong there at West Orange Stark this morning. Our very own Derek Jones, he's live on campus with how students are showing up and showing out ahead of tonight's big game. Your time is now 7:27, so we're going to go to a live look now outside from our Roofing 911 Skycam network above Port Arthur. Got a little leaf blowing in the wind maybe there. Oh, it's a bird. Okay. We'll be back with more news and weather. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong. Tia has the morning off. Your time is now 7:30. That means it's time for your morning rush with some of the top stories this morning. First up, take a look at this wild video. A man slowly walking with a cane outside of a Port Arthur store. He nearly got struck by a flying tire Thursday. The wheel, it ripped off that truck during that crash. It was all caught on surveillance video. Police saying that the black truck, it rolled right on through that stop sign at DeQueen onto Gulfway, slamming into a green truck that had the right of way. That green truck, it fishtailed, the rear tire hurtling towards that pedestrian. One driver left with minor injuries. And a man is recovering after being stabbed in Beaumont. Police say 46-year-old Jesse Griffin started a fight with a victim on Center Street close to 11 a.m. Investigators say surveillance video caught Griffin stabbing the victim during the fight. Cops arrested him at the scene. That victim found down the road on Forest Street. He should be okay. And an 18-year-old Beaumont man was sentenced to 10 years probation with the possibility of 6 years in prison. Omar Jimenez, he pleaded guilty to second-degree felony with intent to promote child pornography. A second charge was dismissed. Jimenez must serve 180 days in county jail and pay fines to sexual assault programs and county child abuse fund. Violating probation, it could send him to prison. All right, now time to take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Orange. Traffic moving right along there on Interstate 10. Jeff, he's standing by right now with our forecast as we head into this Labor Day weekend and our first night of Friday night football. How's it looking tonight, Jeff?
Looks like it's going to be wet, unfortunately. We'll have some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Pretty dry this morning, though, if you're heading out to work or school. No problems as far as any wet weather. We will see some scattered rain developing, though, this afternoon. Temperatures right now in the middle 70s through Jasper and Kirbyville, also in Beaumont, all at 75. 76 in Woodville, 78 in Silsbee, 79 in Orange, and 77 in Port Arthur. Outside, we have mostly cloudy skies, but like I said, no rain coming down. Here's the view from Pack of the Prairie, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Currently showing 80 degrees downtown. A little bit of a west to southwesterly wind at 1 to 2, and humidity right now at about 82%. Our day planner starts us off in the 70s. We'll jump into the lower 80s by 9 a.m. and then up close to 90 today with the cloud cover. That should keep our temperatures in check to around 90. And you notice those rain coverages starting to climb. Will be as high as 60% coverage of showers and thunderstorms as we head towards this evening. So make sure you have your rain gear for that Friday night football. Looks like rain's going to stick around through most of the weekend as that front sticks around. We'll have a complete 7-day forecast for you coming up in weather in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Jeff. And we're going to begin with news out of Vidor. Just before 10 tonight, or 10 last night, emergency crews, they responded to a serious motorcycle crash at Pine Bur and Leaf Street, or Longleaf Street. Now, according to Interim Police Chief Johnson, this was a single vehicle accident. The driver was rushed to the hospital in serious condition and had to be life flighted. Now, the scene had since been cleared, but the crash remains under investigation by Vidor Police. We're also tracking a deadly crash that left I-10 westbound backed up for hours last night. This happened at about 6 o'clock in Rose City. DPS says someone on a motorcycle slammed in the back of an 18-wheeler that was stopped in traffic. Witnesses telling us that the motorcyclist was thrown for the bike. The motorcycle driver was pronounced dead at the scene, and DPS hasn't released their name just yet. The driver of that 18-wheeler was not hurt. Meanwhile, family friends, they've started a GoFundMe for the family of an 11-year-old who died in a UTV crash. Carson Sladen, he was killed after his UTV flipped in Beech Grove Tuesday. He was rushed to the hospital where he later died. A 7-year-old who was riding in that UTV was injured, but they are expected to be okay. Now, if you'd like to donate to the family, we have a link to their GoFundMe on 12newsnow.com. There's also a celebration of life service for Carson Slade, and that's going to be held on Monday, September 1st, this coming Monday at 2 p.m. at Beech Grove Baptist Church, with an interment to follow at Holton Cemetery. Now, the family, they're going to be greeting friends at the church from 1 p.m. until 2 p.m. To honor Carson, the family is asking everyone to wear blue on Monday. Also starting Monday, the city of Beaumont's going to begin handing out more fines for placing signs on the side of the road. You've seen them, signs offering to buy your house or promoting events that happened months ago. Well, 12 News reporter Daniela Tawada-Palau, she has more about this new state law so that they can get after these bandit signs and when people across Texas are going to start seeing action.
That's an example of what is called a bandit sign. Those are signs that are placed in the city right-of-ways illegally. They make our city look unsightly, and we need to do better.
You've probably seen these bandit signs across Beaumont. They typically say things like, "We buy houses." But starting on Monday, people who put them up will face a harsher penalty.
Our state legislature passed House Bill 3611, which strengthens enforcement of the bandit signs. We have had a passed ordinance, but this raises the civil penalty.
In the past, you could be fined $500, but now the first offense will be $1,000, the second offense will be $2,500, and the third offense will be $5,000.
Join the collection.
Former Beaumont Councilman Mike Getz is on board with the new law. He says it will keep the city clean as long as it's enforced.
It's going to be more work for the city legal staff to have to do this, and so those are resources that you're going to have to use. But if you're going to do anything to clean up the city of Beaumont, these are necessary things.
Although it would be easier for a Beaumont resident to just grab one of these signs and clean the city themselves, the city actually advises you to pick up your phone and call 311.
I just encourage people to continue to report that, and certainly our city staff will determine the most effective way they can address that.
And that was Daniela Tawada-Palau reporting. House Bill 3611, the law banning these signs or increasing the fines for them, it goes into effect this Monday.
It's time for the Daybreak Pep Rally.
And in our 409 Sports Game of the Week, it is a heavyweight battle between two powerhouse programs, both known for their winning traditions. We're talking about the Newton Eagles, and they are hitting the road to face the West Orange Stark Mustangs, and that is shaping up to be a thrilling Week 1 matchup. Game day energy is in the air at West Orange Stark as students are gearing up for a huge season opener tonight. In 12 News Daybreak's Derek Jones, he is live this morning with a look at how the Mustangs are bringing the spirit ahead of kickoff. Derek, how's it looking out there?
All right, we're here at West Orange Stark High School. As you can hear behind me, we got the band, we got cheerleaders dancing, we got dancers dancing. We're all ready for tonight's game of the week against the Newton Eagles and the West Orange Stark Mustangs. Now, right next to me, we have our band director, Mr. Holloway. And, sir, could you just tell me what exactly did you do to get the band prepared for tonight's game?
Well, it starts with summer band camp. We started camp in July, and we did 4 weeks, and that's pretty much what we do to get people ready for what we're getting ready to do for this school year.
And then how long have you been band directing here at West Orange Stark?
This is year 11 for me. I've been 10 years plus now. It's been great. I enjoy working here. This is probably the best district I've worked for.
Okay. And how proud are you of the kids? I mean, you've been working with them all summer. You've been working them for this long, and I know that you guys have built a connection. How proud of you are you?
We had probably the best camp that we've had since I've been at West Orange Stark. So I'm really excited about what they're going to look like this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do Friday night, tonight.
And I know you have some seniors on your marching band team, and I know that's probably a bittersweet moment for you seeing them having to go, and this is their last game. How are you feeling about your seniors tonight?
Well, every year we lose seniors, and it's always a process. It's always great watching them develop from their freshman year to their senior year. And just when you feel like you really got them where you want, it's time for them to leave. So we just wait the next man step up.
And can you just give us fans a preview about what songs you guys might be playing at tonight's game?
Oh, well, you know, I try not to give that away. If you want to know what the band is going to play, you got to come to the game.
Got to come out to the game. All right. I tried. But thank you for joining me here at West Orange Stark. Is there anything else you want to share with the viewers about what might be going on tonight with the marching band, what we can look forward to?
Well, I just tell people, come out to the game. Everybody comes to the game for different reasons. Some people come for the football game. Some people come for the band. Some people come to see the auxiliary groups. Whatever motivates you to come out, just come out and support the Mustangs tonight.
All right, thank you, sir, so much for helping me out. And so I just want everyone to know that band of the week, the game of the week is against the Newton Eagles and the West Orange Stark Mustangs. So if you want to see the game tonight, it's at 7 o'clock p.m. But if you want to vote for your favorite band, you can vote for Band of the Week at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. ends, and you can go to 12newsnow.com/bands. Vote for your favorite band. Let's go Mustangs! Let's go Mustangs! Here we go! Come out, support the Mustangs, support the New Eagles. We're coming out to show y'all the best band, and we're coming out for tonight's football game tonight here on Friday night. Let's go!
All right, Derek, you're setting that bar pretty high out there. I want to see lots of dancing and all these future live shots here on Daybreak. All right, college football on ABC. It has a loaded schedule for you this week, and that's after the Friday Night Lights. The Syracuse Orange, they're going to take on number 24 Tennessee Volunteers at 11 a.m., followed by number 8 Alabama heading to Tallahassee to face the Florida State Seminoles at 2:30. Then at 6:30 is the Battle of the Tigers. On number 9 LSU is going to go up against the Clemson Tigers, and then on Sunday night the number 6 Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they're going to face off the number 10 Miami Hurricanes at 6:30. And then over on NBC 12 on Saturday night, the New Mexico Lobos are going to begin their season against number 14 Michigan Wolverines, and that game kicks off at 6 o'clock. All right, still ahead here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. Today marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina, the storm's impact and the resilience of the communities that had to rebuild.
And dry conditions out there right now. We are expecting rain to move in for today, and looks like stick around for a good portion of the holiday weekend. We'll have that weekend forecast plus the next 7 days forecast for you coming up in weather.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
We bring you the latest breaking news.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
I was invited to a party and I drank a few glasses of wine. I take off. The next thing you know, I see 2 pairs of lights behind me. They arrest me. It hurt. Now I have an ignition interlock system in my car and I have to blow in it every day just to turn my car on. When my son sees it, I hear him in the back seat. Daddy, what are you blowing in? It's embarrassing. My name is Eric Guerra. I had just a few glasses of wine, 8 months out, and I'm still dealing with the consequences of it.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with another hurricane tip, protecting yourself against damaging wind. Secure or bring inside outdoor items such as lawn furniture and trash cans to prevent them from endangering property or people. Trim or remove trees close enough to fall on your home and protect windows with permanent storm shutters or sheeting. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
It's hard to believe, but today marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina slammed into Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama, leaving unspeakable death and destruction. Katrina came ashore near Grand Isle on August 29, 2005 as a Category 3 storm. A storm packed winds of about 125 miles an hour. But Katrina, it brought heavy downpours that triggered catastrophic flooding in and around New Orleans. The storm surge causing the city's levees to fail, and nearly 1,400 people died during the storm and its aftermath. The government estimating that Katrina caused about $125 billion in damages. And in the weeks that followed the New Orleans Superdome, it served as a refuge for over 30,000 people, but conditions inside, they quickly went downhill due to a lack of power and supplies. New Orleans is now holding a number of remembrances this week to mark this devastating anniversary.
And luckily, the tropics are quiet for us this year, at least right now they are. We still have to wait until about the second week of September to be the peak of hurricane season, but right now things have been fairly quiet. It looks like we'll be quiet through at least most of next week. We'll continue to watch the tropics. So our temperatures right now into the 70s, and we have 180 on the board now. Orange is up to 80 degrees, 76 in Beaumont, 77 in Port Arthur, 76 Woodville, 78 Silsbee, and then Jasper and Kirbyville currently at about 75. Outside, mostly cloudy skies. You can still see the sun trying to peek through the clouds there over in Lake Charles on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. And we'll deal with some clouds this morning, and then the rain will kick in as we head towards this afternoon into this evening. We're watching this big cluster of rain and thunderstorms dropping to the south and southeast. It might get as close as towards the south end of Toledo Bend to us here. It's going to generally stay on the northern end of this front. Now, this front is pushing towards us, and this is going to be the focus for showers and thunderstorms through the weekend. So not only today will we have about a 60% coverage of rain, tomorrow as well. Then rain chances finally start to come down a little bit on Sunday at 40, down to 30% as we head towards Monday. So this front is going to kind of ruin some folks' holiday weekend for sure. You can see right now it's very quiet over southeast Texas. That heavier rain I just showed you, you can see it over towards Fort Polk, Bunkie, into parts of central Louisiana for this morning. Our futurecast really didn't show much going on this morning. It's till this afternoon. That's when we start to see the showers and thunderstorms start to develop across the area. And even this evening, a good coverage. We'll go 60% coverage for football games for this evening. So be aware of that. Have that rain gear ready to go. Overnight, just a couple of showers, it looks like, as we'll see temperatures dropping off into the 70s. Here's that kickoff forecast. About 60% coverage. Halftime, 50% will drop to 40% by the end of the game with a little bit of a south wind and temperatures generally in the 80s and 70s out there for this evening. Forecast 60% coverage of rain today, temperatures close to 90, and then we'll back off into the 70s for tonight. 30% coverage overnight, and then tomorrow once again another 60% coverage of rain and thunderstorms. Sunday we'll go with 40%, 30% on Monday. That front continues to push south towards the coast, and then we'll have another front come in with some drier air Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and that'll eventually get all that moisture out of here, and we'll see some mornings in the 60s. Afternoon highs will be right there into the lower 90s. So starting Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, a little bit better forecast, except we've got to deal with the rain this weekend.
That's right. And that's just how it is going into the first Friday night lights, unfortunately. Just be prepared and be aware.
Yeah, as I've been mentioning all morning, I don't think it's going to rain all evening long, but there will be just some heavy downpours that come through some of the games, so be prepared for that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in your health news this morning, a new study from the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia suggests unhealthy diets may contribute to lung inflammation in kids. This study found that fatty foods that cause obesity can also cause lung inflammation in children. Researchers say that their dietary fats, often found in processed foods, can even cause asthma in children who aren't obese. Now, this type of asthma is even more difficult to treat than allergic asthma. And nearly 1 in 4 U.S. adults report living with chronic pain. Now, while it can significantly impact a person's quality of life, many may not seek a doctor's care out of fear of being told surgery is needed. Well, Mandy Gaither explains why one expert says surgery for pain management should rarely be the first step.
When you're dealing with chronic pain, just getting through the day can be a struggle.
It just prevents them from working, prevents them doing a lot of the things that they like to be doing.
Dr. Brian Braithwaite with Orlando Health Spine Center says instead of seeking care, some may try to deal with the pain, fearing they'll be told that surgery is the answer. But he says that's not always the right one.
Surgery is kind of that last resort. And if you look at statistics, most patients get better. And I'd say probably greater than 80 to 85% of patients with chronic pain get better without ever needing surgery.
Braithwaite says the first step for patients with chronic back and neck pain is to get to the root of the problem. That starts with an x-ray to look at the alignment of the spine. If more information is needed, advanced imaging like a CT scan or MRI are then performed. He says treatment options will vary based on the diagnosis, but could include chiropractic care, massage therapy, dry needling, and acupuncture. For aches or a sprain, he says anti-inflammatory medicines like NSAIDs or other over-the-counter medications could also provide tremendous benefit. And if the pain is keeping a patient up at night, he says muscle relaxers may help.
quality night of sleep is very important when you have chronic pain, because we do want the body's natural mechanisms to kind of kick in and provide some benefit there from a health perspective.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And the doctor says if a patient is taking over-the-counter medication at home and their pain isn't getting better, that's a sign that you need to see a medical provider who can help determine what's causing the pain and work with you to come up with a treatment plan. You know that sound? We still are working to clear the shelters this morning, and we are highlighting one special girl here. Meet Scout. She's a 12-month-old mixed breed. She is spayed, fully vaccinated, and microchipped. She's really cute. You can pick up Scout at Beaumont Animal Care. Hey, and as always, we always do our Pet of the Week here on Fridays on Daybreak. So meet Hopper this morning, a resilient 3-year-old with a heart full of hope and the softest eyes that you've ever seen. This 3-legged warrior is recovering from heartbreak and learning to trust again in their new surroundings. Now, despite losing a leg to amputation, Hopper carries himself with quiet strength and gentle sweetness. He's likely dog friendly, but he's definitely love friendly. So right now, all he really needs is kindness, patience, and a place to call home. So you can pick him up today at the Humane Society of Southeast Texas. All right, when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush out. Your time is now 7:51.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us. When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, cleaning up safely. After the storm has passed, avoid damaged or fallen power lines, poles, and downed wires in case of electrocution. Wear appropriate protective equipment including gloves, goggles, and boots. Clean and disinfect everything that got wet, and when moving heavy debris, work with a partner. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:54 on your Friday morning, and it's time for your morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. We'll take a look at this wild video. A man slowly walking with a cane just outside of a Port Arthur store. He nearly got struck by a flying tire on Thursday. The wheel, it had ripped off of that truck during that crash right there. It was all caught on surveillance video. Police say that the black truck, it rolled right on through that stop sign at DeQueen and Gulfway, slamming into the green truck. That truck, it fishtailed its rear tire, hurtling toward the pedestrian One driver was left with minor injuries. And a man is recovering after being stabbed in Beaumont. Police saying 46-year-old Jesse Griffin. He started that fight on Center Street close to 11 a.m. Investigators say surveillance video caught Griffin stabbing a victim during the fight. Cops arrested him at the scene. The victim was found down the road on Forest Street, and he should be okay. And an 18-year-old Beaumont man was sentenced to 10 years probation with the possibility of 6 years in prison. Omar Jimenez, he pleaded guilty to a second-degree felony with intent to promote child pornography. Now, a second charge was dismissed. Jimenez must serve 180 days in county jail and pay fines to sexual assault programs and the county child abuse fund. Violating probation, it could send him to prison.
And the rain's coming in. We're going to see rain start to develop later on this afternoon and going into this evening. Saturday looks like a pretty wet day. Sunday, rain chances drop a little bit and down to 30% on Monday. So the holiday weekend, we've got a rain chance every day, unfortunately. Probably some of the heaviest stuff's going to be late tonight into Saturday. And then as we get into next week, much drier, a little bit cooler in the mornings in the 60s.
All right, take a look at this. We know an 81-year-old woman whose age is just a number. Judy Benjamin is walking from California to Florida, and Thursday we caught up with her as she passed through Southeast Texas. Her mission is raising awareness for Alzheimer's, a disease that her mother battled. She typically walks 17 to 18 miles a day, but some days she walks up to 22 miles. Benjamin, she hopes to show that lifestyle changes in early detection can really make a difference.
I want to leave people with the idea that Alzheimer's is not a death sentence. You got to start early when you first feel like you've got any symptoms, or even before that, and get tested and start changing your lifestyle.
She says that she's got support of her family along with companies sponsoring her cross-country journey. And you actually saw her just the other day, didn't you, Jeff?
I saw her on 105 yesterday with that red umbrella.
Wow.
Couldn't help but miss her, yeah.
I hope I am have that much energy and strength at 81.
Like I said earlier, 22 miles in a day. Wow. I'll be lucky if I can walk 3.
That'd be the only day I walk. All right, thanks for watching us.
Have a great afternoon, everybody.